Okay, Eldar stronghold.
More than any other race, the Eldar concern themselves with the distant past and the distant future. In visions, Farseer Keris anticipated the reawakening of their ancient foes, the Necrons and Kaurava III. A webway gate, unused for many millennia, flickered to life. In the blink of an eye, a barren tract of the wasteland planet became a sprawling base of operations, and the Eldar army poured forth from it. Just as quickly, this stronghold vanished from the naked eye, concealed by Eldar artifice. The Eldar had learned long ago that no bulwark, no matter how strong, could halt the slow, implacable progress of the Necrons. Only illusion, deceit, and misdirection could accomplish that goal. And these are things at which the Eldar are peerless. The Eldar had prepared a harrowing gauntlet for their invaders, with all the feints and deceptions they could muster. This stronghold was not just a foothold, not just a key strategic point, not just home to many Eldar secrets. No! Through its long history, it had become sacred to the craft world Eldar, and they would defend it accordingly.
Good for them. Sacred land of Upper Wastes.
They approach. We are prepared.
Yes, Farseer, but
Yes,
must we fight?
we shall fight. They must never suspect. They shall come, expecting the obvious, the simple, the artless. They shall stab at the shadows with confused minds and troubled hearts. Meanwhile, we shall appear unseen from 10 directions, and from every one, strike a fatal blow. Do you know the history of this place? Which we call Esselir Talith, and the young races call the Upper Wastes?
We, the Eldar, made our war camp here. In a past age.
Yes, that is so. Our ancestors came here to fight the Necrons when they were an overwhelming wave that swept the worlds. This system was one of their stages of destruction, their foundries of undeath. Our ancestors defeated them here. We constructed our war operations center here as an illusion. No brute army, no simple display of force could uncover its secrets, and none ever shall. No, it is more than an illusion. It is a clever trap, this place our ancestors forged. It is a net covered in leaves that the savage beast willingly stands on, tempted by a bloody morsel, only to find itself hoisted, trapped, at the hunter's mercy. No, we shall guard our secret. No force can strike a target it cannot find. We shall not yield up our foothold on this world. Kaurava was once ours, and shall be ours again.
We start fighting now.
Are all foes are there? Destroy them.
Okay, locate and destroy the main Eldar HQ. Only then can you drive the Eldar back into the webway gates. I don't actually have any construction units. Now that I about it. Right.
They're upon us, Farseer. Is it time?
Almost. Not yet. Now, quickly, to safety.
Monolith scarabs have come. Good.
In a clever feint, the Eldar teleported their base away from your forces. Destroy the base in the new location. Okay. Okay, they're gonna be harassing us from all our directions, I guess. Don't have a lot of
How little you understand the Eldar. You have stepped into our snare. Do not expect to escape it alive.
Find them.
through eastern base, western base. Yeah, we are trapped between three bases now. We can't really attack unless we have anti-armor. Seem to have an excess of energy this time. I need to get some kind of anti-tank action going very quickly. Hopefully at least one group of blade ones too. Their combat effectiveness itself doesn't have to be great. They have the ability, or rather an aura, that disrupts the enemy. That's what I'm looking for. One more builder unit. With this we should be able to do vehicles. couple of immortal squads. Don't want you to be part of the fight anymore. Okay, now we have anti-air, anti-tank units. I think I'll try to increase our energy production before doing anything else. God, you're annoying.
More warp spiders and rangers are needed on the field. Send word to that base hill and have it down immediately.
Okay. Slow down warp spider and ranger production. Southern base appears to be responsible for producing warp spiders and ranger patrols. Destroy this base to limit the number of warp spiders and rangers on the battlefield. I'm not sure if I want to focus on something like that. Rangers are anti-moral. Warp spiders are anti-heavy infantry. Surely troublesome, but the vehicles are the bigger problem. So I guess that's the other base. Definitely would like to prioritize that over anything else. We're not doing anything without the greater summoning core. It's running out of space a bit. Fortification first. What would be the best thing? Anti-tank? We should be able to start producing vehicles. Alright, tomb spiders. I sort of want to try to upgrade the monolith. Screw it, better infantry. It makes the Necron warriors fairly good units, and that's most of our army at the moment. Monolith maybe? We certainly can't do our better anti-tank units unless we do the upgrade. Resurrection Orb. Okay, what I think we want is at least a couple of extra turrets. We're basically going to just arm this location as best we can. Are we? There are no defenses on this side. Our population cap is shit unless we expand. I'm not too worried about the population cap. And do through 2 vehicles. Yeah, or 3 tomb spiders. If we're gonna go with the tomb spiders, there's also one advantage with those.
We will strike when you do not expect us. You will try to strike me, but in vain. We will not be there.
Okay. At the very least, I'm comfortable with what we have now. I don't feel like we're under any major threat anymore. We have the tomb spiders. The reason I don't just want to go with this group is that I'm basically expecting our traps constantly here. So I don't expect just going blindly after something's gonna really yield us anything useful. We need to have a force that is able to react to them. I intend to just send a smaller group, the 3 tomb spiders, after one of the bases. Why didn't you attack them? Right, time to do something. Honestly, we can't do all that much. We have to make some kind of progress. Do an energy core? Yeah. Good thing about the tomb spiders is that they're another one of those units that can't be destroyed. they're just gonna crash down and wait for resurrection. Yeah, I need to control this. Okay, definitely vehicles from the other side. Much more worried about the vehicles. Tomb spiders just aren't a good way to attack with them though. Okay, with this we could do one extra unit. And again more of these. Oh fuck. No notification that there's actually happens to be a group of rangers bombarding your base. Still, this should allow us to do something. Rather do something anti-tank annihil thing. Group of pariahs. Okay, that's actually a formidable team now. Proper anti-tank unit. Durable, fast, good. Pariahs are the best infantry unit we can have. We have a limit of one on them. They're very costly too. Each wipe of the Pariah's War Sky slows targets down and reduces their combat capabilities. Very good units. There's a reason why we can only have one of them. We'll build more turrets. I can if I do a Necron's stronghold, and I think I will. I don't really have a reason not to. I have excess energy, nothing to do with it. In fact, I'd like the pariahs to go first. We can always just get more pariahs. So I'd prefer them to take as much damage as possible. Flames. Produce. Come on, try to kill something at least. Can't kill anything. Right. We are gonna need some kind of spider unit here. Ooh, that's better.
You think to defeat us? You do not even know where to look for us. And you will be dead long before you do.
It's trying to teleport away, I think. Might succeed. Not sure what to do with the attack scarabs. He's basically drawing a little bit of fire, but that's about it. Okay. At least it's one base we don't have to constantly worry about, and it was the support for the base, produced vehicles. Why aren't you capable of doing
Our Nightwing production has been destroyed.
Nightwing?
I see our many roads to victory growing fewer and more arduous. Yet, there is still hope.
I think it was
The
their
elite shining eagles
aircraft.
spoken of Nightwing remain where they were assigned Farseer.
Good. We must press on.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I expect much more trouble from the Eldar than I'm getting. No matter. Very pleased with the heavy destroyer. Very, very pleased. Tomb spiders aren't bad, but the problem is a lot of they're not effective killers. A lot of their time is wasted on basically just going after their targets. Ooh. Guess the units just pop through here. Okay, that's something we might want to keep in mind. Basically have a couple of room for an extra ghost turret or two. So in a desperate situation we can maybe just build a permanent spider somewhere. I actually don't like the scarabs. Go away. I'd rather take another heavy destroyer. They'll still leave us with a couple of extra points. If we're gonna attack here, try to take control of that, maybe get rid of the other base. This is a good attack force if we don't have to do any real heavy fighting. The tomb spiders are, I think, are the core here. Well, the pariahs certainly aren't gonna hurt. But we have a very sturdy core that it doesn't matter what they're gonna face, they're gonna be okay against infantry and vehicles. Still, I'm sort of constantly waiting for the Eldar to basically screw us over somehow. But the inevitable screwing over doesn't seem to come. We are gonna need the energy core. Okay, if we get the control of their relic, that's it, but the road there is pretty darn dangerous. And we would need to get a scarab there. Scarabs don't have any special abilities. Um, so we have to again attack this base. I don't think this will ever yield results. I mean, going after the main base. Okay, we're so close to the ranger base. I'm gonna use the infantry to get rid of it. We should certainly have the muscle to do it. I seem to rely on invisible gates to move around. Constantly attack where we don't expect them. They're a fairly good match for us. We haven't been able to easily get rid of them. Okay, you're gonna be responsible for the base defense for a while.
To the fight.
Our anti-tank units are much more powerful than I thought. I mean, real good ones. Not quite sure what is it. I mean, what about the mixing though? Usually there's some kind of rockets with the others. Maybe that's the thing. Pretty much a solid beam weapon with these. Yeah, very good in fact. Yeah, that's two bases out. And they didn't harass us all that much anyway, so... Still don't have any real casualties. The Necron Lord got bodied a little bit, but it has substantial regeneration at this point. Regeneration core and regeneration upgrade. So... Reminds me, I can take at least one more upgrade for it.
Farseer, we have lost our ranger and warp spider facilities.
Their noble deaths will be honored. Only victory matters now.
Ooh, that's no good. It's the opposite of good. One survivor look get along against these support platforms. I'd like to get extra vehicles if I can. That's pretty much the only reason I'm going after these. Infantry is nice, I suppose, but not all that important. There's a good chance there's some kind of webway portal here, though. Okay, we really have only one
Be
thing.
strong of heart, warriors. We shall prevail!
Go for the relic. I'm actually surprised that this has been so easy. Mainly compared to how troublesome the skirmish missions can be. Probably another webway portal here. There has to be. There's no path forward, but troops come through here. No? Where exactly do they come from? Yeah, right. Okay, they'll give us at least one extra vehicle. But to the Lord Destroyer and possess enemy vehicles. That sounds nice. If they have some kind of fire prism or something like that to throw against us, we can just possess it. At least in theory. Is it anti-vehicle? Can't say really. Possess enemy vehicle. Stasis field. Surrounds enemy units in a stasis field, freezing them in time. Frozen units are immune to most attacks, but vehicles can be possessed. Okay, so stasis field, then possess. I suppose we're just gonna move forward. We don't have anything else to do. We have a little bit of extra unit cap available if a real trouble finds our base, and we always have the teleportation with a lot of our basic infantry. And there it is. I think I'll leave the destroyer behind. It's an honor guard unit and it is not really in any way necessary for our attacks anymore. Okay, they can't really send anything that would really prevent our continual moving forward. Minor things that are easily taken care of. And they teleported away again. Yeah. Just don't have a spotter here. Okay, Mr. Lord, how about you from here? No, no, no. Webway gate, and they can't cloak anymore. We're barely taking any casualties. Certainly could have been more aggressive against these. It's just hard to... Well, initially we couldn't have really... And it's hard to say, because the Eldar strategy, as said, is not to hold their battle lines against us. Evade and attack.
Weary of fighting the shadows and illusions, we will always elude you. Leave now while you can.
Find a way there.
Yeah, it's there's no way to really go there. You must find a direct way to reach the main Eldar base. Okay. I can do it with the monolith. Ah, these are probably something you can get rid of somehow.
I sense hidden power.
Please don't go there. Go there and then. So destroy energy sources to be able to attack the enemy base. That's in theory. What we're going to do is basically transport the monolith there. With a Tomb Spider. Hmm. There's a problem with our approach though. In order for that to really work, we would have to produce the necessary troops to take it out with the monolith. It's not gonna survive on its own against so many new troops. It's not a particularly good idea. But we do have some unused population cap. We could take control of maybe some of their fire prisms. Well, that changes the game. The floor is also capable of going up, and something that if they kill it, it'll still stay there, so I can keep resurrecting it. That's something to keep in mind. What is that? Barrier shield generator. How do we reach? Oh, we can probably now reach the relic. Not a bad plan.
Farseer, they have disabled one of the illusion barrier devices.
Then the other ones must not fall.
Yeah, I guess I'll use this group to hunt down any missing portals they might have. Use the infantry group to push forward. No shit, turrets. These are... These are very good turrets. Like, much better than what I've seen so far. Very dangerous. Able to do something though. One thing that's also always easy to forget is that the resurrection capability. Jesus fuck more. Dude, why can't I actually... I can't resurrect some of these units before they're fully dead. That's the thing. That's actually quite annoying. Right. Of course they have to have super turrets. Okay, we can't really do this either. What did I do? see you. Well, let's go in to see you. Just massive support turrets. More turrets. Just an illusion, doesn't do anything. Yeah, just more of this crap. Wonder what what these units do. Monoliths still survive. And I can use it to produce things? Just doesn't do any damage. Went away. I wonder if you can actually do that. Can you produce units with it? Fun begins again. Our unit cap is more than it can possibly be. That is nice. Right. Interesting. Still, they're the wrong unit types. Not that it matters too much to me at this point. But we have lack of anti-tank units. Right. Was some kind of support base. Right. Guess it's here. It's a bit more complicated than I thought. I definitely should have started attacking earlier. Thermal plasma generator. We have 13,000 extra energy, so why would we care? We don't. Just a pretty pointless objective at this point.
They have disabled the support platform array. The entrance is no longer protected.
Yes, I have seen this. Do not yet despair, my sister. They have not foreseen our every move.
Where are you coming from? Has to be some kind of a portal still here. came pretty much directly from here. There aren't that many places. Guess this. Seer console. No, Howling Banshees. Okay, looking good. Well, as good as it's gonna get. Okay, I guess we destroyed the power to these turrets. They're also very easy to destroy now. I guess I wasn't paying attention here. Is that it? Okay, at least we'll get our monolith out of this. What exactly do these units do? Destroy all barrier shield generators. So 2 extra. Destroy true Eldar base. Drive Eldar from Kaurava. I think the true Eldar base is what we need to still do. Right. Might as well do things by the numbers. I think it's just faster that way at this point. One more generator left. I don't like the fact that we don't really have any anti-tank capabilities now. So we have to be careful with the resurrection thing.
Barrier was destroyed, Farseer.
I see. We shall prepare for the worst.
I'm assuming these guns still work. No? All defensive guns down. That sort of reminds me, I actually took a look at what the Mystery Warrior mask does. It slows enemies that are nearby you. I'm not sure if it has any real combat effectiveness consequences, but there's certainly no one who can escape from us if we use it. So it's one of those things that that seems very simple, but could end up having a lot of uh, consequences of a very simple thing. So I'm not sure if it's all that useful or not. I'm inclined to take other things that I know that are useful. Need more anti-tank action. Exactly how they've been going. I'm not too worried about the walkers at this point, because our frontline fighters we're using don't give a shit about them. Where did you come from? Here, of course. Army of anti-tank units. Lovely. Yeah. We lost just a couple of melee units. That's it. There's no way in a million years we're gonna stop this attack. Once we have no worry about future vehicles dropping right on top of us, I'll just attack whatever we can. Right. We lost a couple of units, don't care. Not important. In fact, that would actually be preferable if we lost a couple of units. Ooh, we only have a couple of scarabs. The fuck can spot these? Guess they're not using their normal abilities. Well, whatever.
This should never have come to pass. We have few chances left. We must fight. We must prevail.
Okay. Path open. Activate the mother. Okay, they had a web gate right next to us. This is the problem when you don't see shit. This means you're able to detect infiltrated units. Maybe not. The ghost certainly can. It just didn't necessarily have the range. Where are you coming from? Yeah, we can see infiltrated units. So, that's a good frontline detection unit, I guess. Right. This should no longer be here, I guess. Any upgrades left? I don't think so. At least nothing meaningful. That's gonna be problematic.
Let us see how they deal with the Shining Eagles. They are no ordinary pirates.
Identify the enemy you wish to annihilate. Fire prism at the ready. Prism cannons fully charged. Prism cannons fully charged.
Come on, baby. We shouldn't have too much trouble here.
Fire prism at the ready.
Arias are handling things fairly well.
Identify the enemy you wish to annihilate.
Actually, I don't think attacking the Avatar Arcane is a good use for like much more disruptive against infantry. Just finish him off so we can continue.
Prism cannons full charge.
We have barely any casualties, so we didn't achieve much. We could certainly do more vehicles. Um, yeah, I don't care too much.
To annihilate.
Let's go. Let's at least block this. They have a little bit of an air force, but not enough. Not nearly enough. A bad place to bring the monolith. Another avatar. Fuck me.
The squadron could not stop them.
Okay, I need to attack specific targets here. The anti-tank tanks will help handle the buildings. Is that an infantry? I need to be able to cripple his unit production. Here, just make sure we're not gonna see more of those. What's happening with the main army doesn't really matter. We have a... Where are you? Let's resurrection orb them. And we'll get a extra squad of something, quite sure what. Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's destroy the buildings. The Kane, Avatar Kane alone isn't gonna matter.
We came here long, long ago. We did battle with our deathless foes, the Necrons, and won. This day we have lost. If they swarm again like locusts here, some other must stop them. For we shall be gone.
Many millennia ago, the Necrons and Eldar had waged epic war across the lands of Kauravha III. And in that distant age, the Eldar had prevailed. Now it was as if that same battle replayed itself, but Vanquisher and Vanquished were reversed. All the deadly might of the Eldar art of war proved useless against the Necron onslaught. All the premonitions and provisions of Farseer Keres failed to match her adversary, the Necron Lord. The other combatants in the Kauravha system had distracted the Eldar. The Necrons grew strong, while the Eldar's strength was whittled away. The Necron Lord, or the Dark Gods he served, surely took some malevolent satisfaction in the victory over the Eldar stronghold. The Necron army did not stop at the slaughter of all life forms, but trampled every last vestige of the Eldar presence, uncovering many of their ancient supply caches in the process.
Okay. The stronghold missions seem to be more in line with what they were in the Dark Crusade, meaning we could be somewhat more aggressive. We don't need to mass such a massive army just to start doing them, although it certainly helped as the final push there. But compared to the Eldar mission in the Dark Crusade, I feel they had a much stronger main base there. But in that, it was I don't think it was never your main objective to wipe out the main base. So it's hard to compare. And it's also slowing us down that we every time we went to do something, there had to be something that has to be able to spot infiltrated units. Otherwise, there's just no point in going because you can't destroy the buildings well out of spotter. With most armies, it tends to be, well, maybe not most. I don't actually recall how things are, but I think with many armies at least, yeah, they might have a couple of stealth units, but in a serious force can basically ignore them and achieve a lot of damage. Against the Eldar, that just isn't gonna work. So hopefully with the rest we can be a little bit more be quicker in destroying them, or at least moving forward with the mission objectives. Okay, we have regeneration and detecting visible units. Now it's try to get ourselves to be effective at something. Death Grip would increase both melee range damage and health, so it's not a massive boost to anything, but it is a boost to everything. Slowing down enemies. I guess it's more of a what exactly do we want this to do. This is more or less a melee unit through and through. Okay, what I'm seeing is Killing Blaze give you damage enemy morale. War Sky makes you more effective against all targets. Hmm. Actually, the War Sky might not be a bad option to try to go for. The problem is, I'd like to actually see what having a War Sky would do to our values, because this melee upgrade is basically non-existent. I'm guessing it's weaker because it has the morale loss aspect on it. That's very useful. Yeah, I think I'm taking this basically because I want to see what the War's Guide blades do, and we're gonna be melee focused anyway, so it's not gonna be a bad choice for us. So one enemy down, and we should be able to move faster in our own territories. I think I will clean up the Eldar. We'll get production bonuses out of these. Begin every battle with a small bonus to all resources. So with us, even a little bit of energy allows us to basically do our first monolith upgrade very quickly, and that's important because without that you can't do vehicles, you can't do any of the real important upgrades that you rely on. So it's a little bit of it's a step we have to take before any serious fighting can happen. Do I want to buy the raid? No, not really. I do not. I. It just doesn't mix with the rest of the units at all. It's not like it's bad. It just just fucking buy it. We're gonna need it once we go after the upper Eldar targets. No one can attack us, so nothing should happen. The AI is basically just gonna fight among each other. Someone might attack here, but the Eldar will lose its area, not me.
For the glory of the Imperium! Let's get out of here!
Okay. The thing I'm going to do when I get that is I'm gonna basically reinforce that as much as possible, because if I can hold this, there's no way they can ever really harass us. They'll have to come through. Every blasted thing has to come through that. And there's no point reinforcing that because they won't be consistent, or persistent rather. But reinforcements are. I'm guessing that might be the design choice. Is that if you can reinforce these beforehand, the garrison mechanic basically becomes pretty worthless. With us, we probably would like summoning core, all the power, maybe a couple of turrets. It would prevent the enemy from wiping out our base early on, and then an attack force that basically just starts from the beginning of the mission and tries to wipe out at least one of the enemy bases. It's very likely going to lead to yeah, moving it here.